Honorable Men Discord. Let's talk DJ Vlad and the Jay-Z tweet. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So let me just get straight to it. Yes, this has already been reported, but this is why it pays sometimes to take some time before I put together an episode, because there's new revelations sometimes. So when it first came out, this is the tweet that was trending. This is a tweet from DJ Vlad. I'm just going to go through it. It says, I have a confession. Roc Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off Megan. They paid off Megan to lie about the bullet fragment. She was never shot. The LA police are all on Jay-Z's payroll, and it doesn't stop with LA, but you're not ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. The third Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, all paid off by the Roc Mafia. Jay also paid Trump not to pardon Tory, even though it's a state case. Trump can only pardon federal cases, but knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay wasn't taking any chances. I can't keep these lies secret anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me, right? Now, when I first heard of this particular tweet from DJ Vlad, I was on vacation. All right, I'll be honest with you, I was on vacation, but I knew as soon as I came back, I was going to speak on this particular event. Now, luckily for me, at the time that I put this together, DJ Vlad apparently is saying that he just did all of this for shits and giggles. So let's get to DJ Vlad and what he had to say, and then I'm going to speak about it further.
But you know, Roc Nation, they bought off the jury. Now, Roc, it's really Jay-Z, because remember, Tory's dad, like after Tory was found guilty, went on this whole rant where he was screaming about
how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Amen. Screaming about Roc Nation and Jay-Z in the courtroom and everything else like that, right? So I said, okay, listen, like this has gotten so stupid at this point that I'm going to just do a tweet where I'm going to take every conspiracy theory around this and just list it one after the other. I got paid by Roc Nation. Jay-Z paid off the jury, and he paid off the judge and did a verse for the judge's grandson. Right?
Oh God.
And he paid the Mexican dude to stab Tory in prison. And he paid off the doctor to say that she got shot when she really wasn't. And he paid off everyone else. Like and I'm like, okay, this is so stupid that no one's gonna believe this.
So you're saying the internet does what it does best. Twist stuff up, change stuff, conspiracy theories. But you know why I was trolling? Because you had to know the Jay-Z verse was crazy, but him getting stabbed by Roc Nation and all that might be believable to some people.
It might be believable. It might be believable. So you mean to tell me that Jay-Z, where he is in life right now, right? He's a billionaire. He's considered one of the greatest ever. He's going to risk all that to pay a pedophile, a Mexican pedophile, to do a murder in prison over a guy with who's antagonizing an artist that's not even a big priority to Jay-Z.
I don't even need to play any more of the Tony Yayo Uncle Murder podcast. This is what I'm gonna do with this, right? First and foremost, let me go back to this fake tweet. All right. For those of you in the comment section that's familiar with this, just let me know. This tweet, if I'm not mistaken, that Vlad did, that's this fake tweet that Vlad made just to prove a point. let's start with this. Was that made this year, 2026? If any of you can confirm it was, just let me know in the comment section. Just say yes, it was made in 2026. Because I want to start with this. Because he's over here sitting down with Yayo and Uncle Murder saying that this is all fake, was made up just to prove a point. If I'm not mistaken, he also over the airway spoke with DJ Academics and said the same thing, that this was just bogus. He just wanted to show how everybody could how the internet just runs with lies. Here's what I have to say to all of this, right? And let me just find this out. How old is DJ Vlad?
DJ Vlad, whose full name is Vladislav Lubavny, was born on June 28, 1973. As of now, he is 52 years old.
Perfect. His recent tweet that he made about Jay-Z that he claims was a fake tweet, when was that made?
In February 2026, DJ Vlad posted a satirical tweet about Jay-Z, making absurd claims like bribing jurors and influencing doctors. He later clarified that the tweet was meant as a joke to mock conspiracy theories and not a reflection of reality.
Okay. What year was it when Tory Lanez father stood outside the court and was claiming that Roc Nation influenced his trial?
That moment happened in late 2022. After Tory Lanez was convicted in the trial related to the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion, his father publicly accused Roc Nation of influencing the case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That'll be all. Okay. Why did I look this up, right? So yes, I asked you guys to help me out with something, but I clearly did it while I was recording. So this fake, and I like the word that was used, satirical. So this fake satirical tweet was made in February 2026, right? And he's claiming, well, you know, the whole thing with the father after court accusing Roc Nation of influencing the case, right? That was made in 2022. So you mean to tell me, Vlad, 4 years later, you decide you have no other material to create for your Vlad TV page. All right, this is what's going on, people. Now, please stay with me here. So you mean to tell me Vlad, 4 years later, decides I have no other material to talk about? You know, on his channel, as of late, he's been allowing the comedian, I can't think of his name off top, he's been allowing certain people, certain guests to interview him on his own platform. He clearly interviews people from behind the camera. He's been known to just, all you ever heard at one point in time was his voice. You never got a chance to see his face. But now, more than ever, he's comfortable in being in front of the camera almost as comfortable as he is behind the camera. So now he's allowing people to interview him. So you mean to tell me DJ Vlad has run out of material to stay relevant? And this is the problem with social media, people. I talk about this too. And yes, I'm a part of it. But it gets to a point where for content, some of us, not all of us, some of us become desperate for content. So you mean to tell me this grown man who ChatGPT said is 52 years old, you sit there and you speak on a man that's also in his 50s? I believe Jay-Z's in his mid-50s. I didn't look that up. Let me look that up just to be correct too. So you mean to tell me a 15-year-old male decides to go and make an elaborate tweet just for the sake of content, shits and giggles? This is what you're doing now, Vlad? Listen, you know,
in that case, it sounds like you're understandably reacting to how provocative.
How old is Jay-Z?
Jay-Z was born on December 4th, 1969, which makes...
I got it. Jay-Z's 56. All right. So you're telling me you sat there, typed up the fake tweet just to see the public's reaction to it, and we're supposed to believe that you just did that just for shits and giggles. I find that hard to believe. I personally find that hard to believe, and no, I'm not naive to the fact. I'm well aware of some of the stuff he said was outlandish, but it just makes absolutely no sense why a 52-year-old is making time to play around with the real case. This is a real life that's behind bars. All right. Does anyone want to talk about that? And I'm not here to defend Tory Lanez and say whether or not he's actually guilty or not. But Glad at 52 is playing around with a real case. There's a real gentleman. There's a real man. Whether or not you feel he's a gentleman, you might not. For some of you women that watch this channel, you may be looking at it like Tory Lanez deserves to be behind bars. That's not what I'm here to talk about. So you're telling me Vlad at 52 is making mockery of a real case, a real father who has to deal with the fact that his son is behind bars? That father was passionate when he spoke outside of court, knowing his son was going to have to sit for some years behind bars. And this is what you choose to do for content? What are we doing out there, world? What are we doing for the sake of content? What are we doing for the sake of content? All right. I just find it odd that and not only that, you're also playing with Jay-Z's name. There's a lot of layers to this. How do you think Jay-Z feels about you playing with his name just for the sake of playing with his name? It's bad enough Jay-Z's name appeared in the Epstein file, although that's being overlooked by many, particularly those who are Jay-Z fans. Listen, I love Jay-Z's music, but let's not negate the fact that his name appeared in the files. And I'm not here to play judge or jury either, but his name appeared in the files. Can we agree on that, or we're gonna say it wasn't in there? If it wasn't and I'm wrong, I'll come back and make an episode and say I was wrong on it. His name actually wasn't in the files. But last time I checked, one of my episodes that I did a few episodes back, Jay-Z's name along with Pusha T appeared in the Epstein files. I didn't do that, so don't come for me. I didn't do that, but his name appeared in the Epstein files. And here you have a 52-year-old in DJ Vlad playing around with a case that's a real case. All right. And if Megan was in fact shot in the foot, he's playing around with Megan too. This is a real situation, real scars, internal scars, literal scars. What exactly are we doing? That's the takeaway I want you to think about when you leave this episode. What exactly are we doing? And I blame social media to an extent, and I blame the need for content and the need to stay on top, keep your brand going. Vlad's been doing this for some time now. He's had Vlad TV for some time. I didn't look at how long he's been doing it, but is this has his viewership declined, and now he's desperate? What exactly is going on? But that's what I want to leave you with. That's what I want you all to think about, is why exactly would somebody go the length of doing something like this? Actually, let me play this last video I have queued up. This young man had something to say about that, about Vlad saying that this was all just to see how people react.
DJ Vlad, you all right? Blink twice if you all right, then. My bad, I was smacking him doing. I'm eating steak, medium rare, like a real steak and potatoes. Into my little asparagus. Vlad, I don't know. A lot of people saying he using satire, but I'm like, on either or, what was the point? Like, if he was playing about the tweets, if he being sarcastic, what's the point? And plus, there's some things you just don't joke about. You know what I'm talking about? There's just some things you don't joke about. On another side, like, even if he's serious, what's the point? I know he said that the last Bitcoin bounce, which was very peculiar, it's very weird to me, and very diabolical. I'm not a Bitcoin man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do dibble and dabble in stocks, but I ain't never heard about no Bitcoin bouncing. It either is or it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I know about Bitcoin. But what I know. But again, even if Vlad is joking, why would you joke about that? Who jokes about that kind of stuff? Especially when there's already rumors going around about this guy that you about Jay-Z. Stay good and well. I'm not gonna lie to you though. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the industry right now. And I think it's been a lot of weird stuff going on in the industry. But it's just finally being exposed. You know, however, on another note, I see a lot of people, I don't believe it. And it's not for you to believe or not, but the same people that swear to God they don't believe that Jay-Z can do anything bad, which I'm not saying that he has. But it's the same people that will believe anything about an artist that they don't like, or anybody that they don't like. Again, excuse me, smack. I'm from the South. I got Southern hospitality. I would offer y'all some food, but nigga no. It's mine. You get your own. But I don't get the point. I don't get the reasoning in this. It's weird to me. On either side. Like I say, even if he's serious, you didn't want to stand up for an innocent man or what you knew was an innocent man until the money ran up. What they say about you and your character, to me, that speaks highly more about your character than Jay-Z.
Let me just cut this off real quick also. Jay-Z didn't ask for your help, Vlad. So it's almost like, so you make a fake tweet to prove that people will believe anything, but you're using Jay-Z's case. Jay-Z's artist, Megan Thee Stallion. You're using Jay-Z's name. You're using Tory Lanez name, who's behind bars, and can't defend himself. No one asked you for that favor to prove that lies can be spread and people will run with it. No one asked you to do any of that. Once again, at the very least, you're coming across desperate for material. Is this the future? So for men like myself who are in the beginning stages of his channel, and I see someone successful like Vlad resorting to things like this, is that how the end game looks? Is that what you're showing us? That there's going to be a point in time after success where there's a season of desperation? I don't want to believe that's the case because I'm not going that route. If anything, I'd rather look at successful men like Joe Rogan. He's steady, even keel. At no point have I ever seen Joe Rogan look like he's moving from a place of desperation. And I'm sure there's others, but that's the first to come to mind because he's a top dog at podcasting. Can't dispute that, no matter how you feel about him. He is to podcasting what at one point in time years ago, Howard Stern was to radio. And there's other names from the past I can mention also, but again, that's the first to come to mind, Howard Stern. Joe Rogan is killing it. But I'm noticing that I've seen Adam 22 make decisions from a place that appeared to be desperation. He publicly even, Adam 22 I'm talking about now, he's publicly in the past talked about having to downsize because the income had changed. You know, business, things go up, things go down. I could understand that things go up, go down. I'm not faulting Vlad for the fact that things go up and go down. What I'm questioning is the choices he's making when those things seem to vary, when they seem to change, waver. Let me let this gentleman finish what he's saying, and I'm gonna wrap this episode up.
I'm talking about, like I say, I don't know if Vlad was for real, if he got hacked, or what the case may be. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come out and say he got hacked. But no. I went to that Vlad page. It's really on there. Diabolical. Yeah. I want better for you though. Factuals. Let me get back into my medium rare. Yeah.
So listen, that's all I have on this. What's your thoughts? As always, I appreciate all of you for tuning in. On your way out, hit that like button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And as always, stay honorable.